Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Geoguessr. Many of you have been wondering where I've been the past 2 weeks. Sadly, my motherboard died. It died, I believe, Monday the 2nd of November. Things happen, so I ordered a new motherboard and I decided I was going to upgrade to a water cooler. The motherboard was due in on the 4th and the water cooler was due in on the 5th. So on the 5th, I started the installation. I put the new motherboard in, I put the new water cooler in. I got everything working, and by Friday the 5th, I was ready to turn it on. So I plugged everything in, the idle lights came on, I was super happy about that. Hit the full power, and immediately I saw the lights go dead, which meant there was a short somewhere, and that motherboard was now fried. So I had to order a replacement. That came in on the 7th, 2 days later. Get the motherboard in, I open the box, and I immediately know something's wrong. As there's a little bit of a rattling sound. Turns out one of the screws on the back of the motherboard was broken off. And that's not good. So I spent the next hour and a half on the phone with Amazon, explaining what had happened. The woman was not able to send me a new motherboard because the motherboard that I had ordered, and now have 2 of, ended up being out of stock. And they actually stopped making those motherboards. So that motherboard was now out of the question. So I went and I found a new motherboard, and this new motherboard did not accept the processor I had, which meant I needed a new processor. Whatever, not a big deal. Get the new motherboard in on, I believe this is now the 7th. It might have been the 8th. Get the new motherboard installed. Get the water cooler hooked up. I'm happy. I try it out on the 9th when everything is actually ready to go. Computer powers up. Everything seems to be working. Not bad. I'm pretty happy with myself. Until I check the temperatures, and the temperatures are telling us that we're at 90 degrees Celsius, which is very close to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So obviously there was a problem somewhere, and most likely with the water cooler. Took the computer apart, made sure everything was plugged in, turned it back on. I feel the water cooler, and I feel the water moving around. And that day, we got to about 45 degrees Celsius with the water cooler. Not, again, the biggest problem. Next day, turn it on again, and we're at 90 again. The water cooler isn't working. Immediately shut her off. Immediately decide that I don't want to deal with the water cooler anymore. So I refund the water cooler purchase, and I buy a CPU cooler on a fan, which I had originally. Now this fan is actually a beefed up and upgraded version, which is actually keeping the temperatures pretty cold. I actually have a sensor up just in case, just making sure, because this is the first full day I now have the new CPU cooler on, and I'm making sure temperatures don't get too high. I was very lucky to not have fried the CPU, but the past 2 weeks I've probably disassembled and reassembled my PC a good 10 times. It was definitely an adventure, and I do apologize for not keeping you guys up to date over on Twitter or Facebook. I've been posting a bunch of pictures in the Discord talking about what's going on. So if you aren't a part of the Discord and you'd like to be, because that is pretty much where I upload and update you guys the most, you will find a link in the description below. There's also one to the Geoguessr Pro community, where I am also a very active member. But besides that, we are now going to actually play a real game, not just what you're seeing on your screen right now, which is the end of An Extraordinary World, but we're going to actually play that link we were supposed to play 2 weeks ago. Now, bad news, good news, however you want to look at it, I will be gone this weekend, starting Friday the 20th, and I'll be back Tuesday the 24th. So I'm going to have 5 videos for you guys for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And that is going to be a surprise series, as well as some Geoguessr content. So thank you all so much for your patience. And hopefully we don't have any more problems anytime soon. But let's jump right into Geoguessr. And we're back! And I do, again, want to tell you guys, I really appreciate everything you guys have done. Thank you for continuing to support this channel. One thing I didn't mention in that voiceover was that all 64 gigs of RAM are currently working. We're going to see how well that affects our rendering times. There's no way this is Russia, right? It's got to be Slovenia or Slovakia, but we can't see the crest. If there is a crest. Maybe it's Russia. Maybe it's Russia. But we're going to be able to see if we can speed up our render times. If we are able to speed up our render times, that means we are going to be able to pump out more content for you guys. And longer content. Because the main reason we do 3 minutes is because a 20-minute video with 32 gigs of RAM takes about 20 minutes to render. Obviously, our internet hasn't changed. But if we're able to render a 20-minute video in 10 minutes, we could technically make longer videos. And that means we could also, we could also start doing streaks on videos. We could start doing solo streaks, non-moving, panning, or zooming streaks. We could go for speed runs. We can go for pretty much anything, which is, I think, pretty awesome. But we are back. We should be back to our normal uploaded schedule, which means we should have the Geoguessr videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. This week is going to be a little different. I'm planning to have some stuff on Sunday as well. And this video is actually going to be going up on a Sunday, which we don't typically do. But you know what? Things happen sometimes. Now, we have plenty of Russian stuff. Do I really care? Not really. We were able to stream one day, and that was a Thursday. And I believe it was actually Thursday the 12th, I want to say. So we were able to stream, and then I checked my temperatures after that, and they were really high. They were about 75 Celsius, which that should not have happened. Luckily, again, we didn't burn anything out, but I'm just, at this point, I'm super excited to have the PC back. It looks like the temperatures right now are staying around a steady 27 to 30 Celsius, which is pretty much where you want it to be. We don't want it to really exceed anything. And hopefully things do work out and nothing changes and everything works for another 3 years. Obviously, we don't really know, but things change, things happen. But as of right now, we're in Russia. We're just going to throw down a guess. Ends up being near St. Petersburg. I actually didn't see this one coming. Now, this is a challenge link from about 2 weeks ago. Now, you guys may or may not, we're in Senegal. Remember it, we're by the water in Senegal. At this point, we don't really need to do anything. We just throw it down in Dakar and just hit guess. Or it's St. Louis. Well, maybe if we would have paid attention, we would have figured it out. But I'm kind of jumping the gun at this point. But we really haven't played that much Geoguessr, so we're a little rusty. Hopefully we're able to break that rust off. We have black license plates. We're over here somewhere. It's Diverse World 3.0. I have learned, and maybe it's just me, but it seems, but these are tobacco advertisements. It seems like the majority of locations seem to be in Malaysia over Indonesia, for whatever reason. And this actually might be Indonesia this time. It's definitely Indonesia. We still could be on Borneo, but Sulawesi or Java might be the better play. Because this right here tells me Indonesia, the JL. I don't see anything that tells us that it's, East Timor or anything along those lines. This is probably really important. We're just going to go fucking where we are. And it ends up being Java. It looks like Scribbles did guess kind of where we did. I believe Scribbles is going to win this one. This should be Brazil. There's a 22. 1, 2. So 2's over here. Right hand side, yellow divider line. Doesn't really seem like we're near anything. We could try to find a road sign on the side. Something that might tell us Brazil something. That's not what we want. We kind of want one of those like fake bollards, but like not really fake bollards. And actually, something that might actually help you guys. It turns out we are going to be able to start updating GeoTips, the website. tomorrow, the day this video goes live. So, I know I have 3 countries on the back burner ready to go up, as well as a few updates to a few countries. So hopefully, if you guys want to see any countries, you will tell us. Or if you guys have any suggestions or any edits to countries, we'll start being able to actually do those again. Everything has changed. I don't know if you guys have visited recently. All the image hosting is now on the end of the website, so we're not pulling from Imgur anymore. That means load times are going to be a lot faster. And we've also compressed Brazil 101. We've compressed the images as well, which means everything should be loading relatively fast. And actually, not a bad guess, 100 miles too far north. It ends up being a little bit further south. It's close. But everything should, theoretically, work as intended. This is going to be a Brazil. 200 kilometer. We have yellow, white plate. 43, so it's still Brazil. 1, 2, 3. I believe 4 is down here. I don't know exactly where 43 is, but a second Brazil, that's not bad. But it's just, it's a good day. GeoTips is being updated again. We're able to upload again and use a computer again. Guys, I don't know if you know what it's like to not have a computer. I'm sure many of you do. I read like 3 books. I had 2 weeks without a working PC. Yeah, I have my phone, but that's kind of boring, right? I read 3 books in the 2 weeks. Yeah, I know. I'm a fucking nerd now. Whatever. Books are cool, right? The most successful people in the world try to read, what, 1 book a week? So I read 3 in 2. That's not bad. I could hopefully be successful one day. But we're not finding shit. My patience is running low. And we're probably skipping by all the signs that are really fucking important. But we know we're in Brazil, and that's kind of like enough for me. Right? It's just like, it's just there. Scribbles is going to win this one. We get 17,000. That's not bad. Our worst one ends up being Russia. Scribbles is in first place. It takes 11 minutes and 34 seconds. I think we took half the time, essentially. We're around 7 minutes. Chandler is in second. 8 minutes, 24 seconds, but at 18,771. It really comes down to your Russia guess, it looks like. Because there is everybody, and Scribbles gets the best guess in Russia. Nice. And then obviously everywhere else kind of, matters, doesn't matter. But thank you all so much for being here. A little bit of a shorter episode. But not much we could do about that. I kind of just 11 seconds, we knew we were in Senegal. We didn't even spend a minute. And the next closest was 1 minute and 1 second. And they didn't even get pretty close. So overall, we could have probably figured out it was St. Louis. Doesn't really matter. But we should be back to our normal schedule. I'm going to go record the stuff, the mini-series, while I'm gone. It's actually going to be a full series. Aren't you guys excited about that? Every other day posting. I'm super excited about it. But I'm going to go drink some beer and have fun because it's a special day, but don't worry about it. And we'll see you all tomorrow, Monday, for a live stream at the normal time, 12 Eastern. And then we should have a video up at 3 o'clock. But until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.